Hey, Healing Fam. Welcome to Healing Me, where we are healing me. This is today's message to see what serves our highest good mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially. All right. So I just started recording, and all of a sudden, Instagram was out yesterday. So I don't know what's going on, but it flipped out. So I didn't want to re-pull the cards because it already came out. But the two cards that had came out, I'm going to go with hold your vision and your commitment is being tested. Okay. And so what I'm getting that those are saying to us is to withhold your vision. And we see these mountains. It's like persevere through the obstacles. Know that the obstacles are here to teach us what we were needing to learn on the way to the open door, the goal, the dream, the finish line, to the achievement, right? The breakthrough, right? That there were things that we needed to go through. And sometimes this even feels like nothing is happening, right? Or either that things are end up getting worse, right? It's like, what do you mean? Like, you're already trying to keep your head above water and not get discouraged and not feel woe is me or get in victim mentality or feel like, hey, God, did you forget about me? Which is the devil's trick, right? That's what the devil wants. The devil wants you to get in despair, feel negative, feel left, feel forgotten, feel alone, feel abandoned and weak and powerless and hopeless, right? All of those emotions are thoughts first, right? That then gain momentum, that then become something we feel it, but then we start feeling that, right? Because that's only going to bore more of that, right? So now we're feeling that negative thought, and now that becomes our character, and now we keep feeling that way and blocking our blessings because we're feeling and thinking from an energy of lack. And that's where the devil wants us, and that's how he has us in hell, right? Those are lies from the devil, right? That's how he kills, steals, and destroys what we are working on, what we are deserving, our dreams, our breakthroughs, because it hasn't happened when we wanted it to happen. And with this other card, your commitment is being tested, right? So our faith is being tested, right? So just because it hasn't happened, and society and our friends or our family is like, they have an expectation of how it should happen too. Just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. And so whatever the journey is doing right now is only testing us so that we can have unstoppable faith and know that we are powerful creators and trust we are an extension of the divine in these human bodies being human. So we can trust the perfection of our inner being. We can trust that things are always working out for us and not give into those lower vibrational patterns that I just went over that are lies from the devil. They are negative. They are opposite of the way that who you are and who you know you are when you first arrive here, day one on earth, right? Before you're taught anything, before you know that you are a spiritual being in this body. You know you're so connected to the divine part of you, right? And so this journey is only teaching us whatever's happening where it hasn't happened yet. It's only to teach us it's only to test us right now to see something is going on where it seems like it's to test us that if things are getting worse in our eyes, and that's a choice, right? We have to choose to label every experience. We can either say we got pulled over by the cops for inspection sticker being out, but we have all plans to do that, right? As soon as we could, right? But you might be out of a job right now or having not as much income as you have before, and that's not a high priority over your bills, and you're grateful and have been in gratitude because you know that that's what's going to bring in what you want, right? But so you're proud, so you're grateful that your core needs are met, and the inspection sticker is not one of those. So now, not only did you get the inspection stick, now they pulled you over for that. Now you'll have to pay for that, plus still get what you were planning to get done, right? But it can feel from a human's perspective, if we don't pass the test, right? When we're being tested, then, and everything is choice. That's how much God loves us. Everything is free will. We can choose to look at that situation as, oh, why hasn't God, have you forgotten about me? Why hasn't my breakthrough happened? Why hasn't my dream come true? Why hasn't the new job come in for me? Why hasn't this loan come through? Why haven't these resources come through? Why hasn't this help come? Whatever. We can waste our time questioning the timing of the divine in us, or which is what the devil wants, which is negative, right? Which is ego-based, which is victim mentality. Why? Why is this getting worse than getting better, right? Have you forgotten about me? And then we start to feel this in despair and feel left out and feel alone and all of those things that I described earlier, right? Or we can decide that everything is always working out for us, even when it doesn't look and feel like things are working out for us. And in that same scenario where we're getting pulled over, when they pulling us over, we can decide right then that my life is not ending because I'm getting pulled over. No, I don't like it. Who likes it? But they have a right. I gave them a right to pull me over when I didn't get it done, even though I had all intentions of getting it done when I can. They don't care, right? And so don't even think about those processes. When they pulled you over, it is what it is. There's no problems here, right? Okay, so what? I got a ticket and I'll pay the ticket, and I just pay. It's like getting taxed on not doing it, right? So I'm still going to do what I was planning to do, and now I have to pay a fee because I didn't get it done in time. It's not the end of the world, but that situations are there to teach us to see if we're going to pass the test and stay in that same gratitude that all things are working out for me, that my inner being is right here with me. I'm never alone. I'm all one, right? The non-physical part of me, the perfect part of me is non-physical, and it's the eternal part of me that lives on past this body, right? That provides for me. Everything I need when I need it appears, right? That means everything is working out for me, even when it doesn't look and feel like things are working out for me, because we are limitless magic, right? And so if we can start to think that way in all things, and if we can start to turn our mind from negative to positive in all things, then we will see those breakthroughs happen sooner than what we think, right? But that type of test comes to see if we're going to fall for it, right? Get happy if you're going through something like that, because that means you have passed the test and you're about to have a breakthrough, right? But don't get discouraged. Look at this, whatever the situations are that are discouraging, that seem like things are getting worse instead of getting better, that's all things that the Most High can handle, right? There's nothing that can come at you that the divine doesn't already have a resolution for in divine timing. Nothing, right? Nothing bigger than the divine in you. Nothing bigger. You have the energy that creates universes living inside of you. So as long as you are able to keep living, then it's not that bad. So don't sweat the small stuff, and don't let it rob you of the rightful joy that you enter this world in. But that's all we have to do. And the divine always asks us, looking back at us when we're in those despairs, woe is me, like God, and crying and boo-hooing because we want to give into that lower vibrational thoughts of fear-based thinking that the devil wants. And is wanting you to feel that way, wanting you to feel left out, wanting you to feel abandoned, wanting you to feel hopeless, right? And that's a kill, steal, destroy energy, right? But you have the power to not let that happen. You have the power to just balance out your energy and stay faithful, and look at that as look at things as simple as something minor, right? Something like the trash bag breaking. Okay, you don't like it, but you're going to pick up the stuff and get another bag, right? And still throw it away. So I said that to think of something that was weightless in us, that look at it the same way, right? It didn't you didn't let it ruin your day. You didn't let it steal your joy. You didn't fester on it, right? You just dealt with it. And that's what we have to learn, right? All of us have to learn this, right? And so this message is for those that are going through that. If that's not what you've experienced, so a lot of times my messages are predictions that's coming. So if you do go through this, or when you do experience this, remember this message, right? Because this message is for me as well, okay? So what else? I'm going to get a couple of these out, and then we'll get this message closed out. Thank you, Spirit. That one won't fall. Okay, here we go. All right, we got Angel of Support. Remember, we were talking about that. That's the test, to know that you are always supported, that you're all one. You can't separate from the divine part of you, because it's the same divine part of you that watches over this body and makes sure this body functions the way that it's supposed to function, right? It's the same part of you that lives on after this body that's eternal, right? So know that you are always supported, and the angels of support is reminding you of that and helping us and showing up in this testing moments, right? That they were talking about, to hold your vision, to keep your dreams, to keep your faith, right? And your commitment is being tested. What you want is being tested. In that time, the divine is so good that the first card out is Angel of Support. We are supported, right? That's a double confirmation of what was said already, right? The universe has heard your silent call for help. And you only have to call for help once. They heard you the first time. And it's on its way. The universe is gathering all of the necessary components. But on the way, spiritually, you have to grow. We have to grow. We have to pass the test. And we have to hold our vision and not get discouraged and not give up, because things get a little overwhelming at sometimes, right? Or seem to be, right? But it's a choice of how we want to label it. So the next card out is the God of Spiritual Healing. An aspect of you or a situation in your life is in need of healing. So again, whatever's needed, they know already, and it's on its way, right? And remember, we were talking about in the beginning of the message that part of is saying to hold your vision over the obstacles, because in those obstacles there's a lesson. And so to look at the lesson and to allow in the healing, right? The lessons are necessary for our healing. That's why the obstacles were there, specifically for us to have the opportunity to get the healing that we need, so that we can be healed in those areas when we get to that dream, that open door, that breakthrough, that goal, that answered prayer, okay? So this was necessary to allow the healing in. Also, another, and that's also talking about Reiki healing, right? That's what they're doing on them. They're doing Reiki healing on this. I am a Reiki master. If you are experiencing blockages, if you're holding on to the past and don't know how to let it go, if you're having issues passing the test, if it's becoming overwhelming, if you're feeling lost, and that's what energy healing is for. Even if you don't work with someone like me, work with someone else. But that's what it's reminding us of, right? And then also the last card out is God of Conflict Resolution. Resolutions are on its way. So remember that in those tests, in those unexpected tests, right? In those unexpected triggers, right? In that conflict, right? Remember, there's a resolution on the way. That's exactly what we said earlier, right? You are being encouraged to walk away from a current conflict. Absolutely. And the conflict could be with you and you. The conflict could be to not label, not get all bent out of shape and ruin, let whatever obstacles and unexpected triggers or experiences steal your joy, ruin your day, and make you want to give up, make you hopeless, and feel abandoned, or anything lower vibration that kills, steals, and destroys your high vibration of happiness, joy, gratitude, love, laughter, peace, harmony. That's what it's asking, for you to remember your power and to walk in your power. All right? So like I said, if you want to work with me, you can contact me at HealinMi@gmail.com, or work with any other Reiki master or spiritual coach. I do both of those, and we really, really get to the nitty gritty. And we'll be posting a lot of the customer reviews soon as well, because I'm definitely I'm really excited about how the business is growing. I'm really loving what I do. I am Me the Messenger. I love the light in you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.